Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of State Champs Chat. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Lauren.
And first we're going to start off with what's trending. We're going to talk about the Ann Arbor Pioneer girls cross country team. They just got 8th in state.
They did. Their coach, actually, really sad story, passed away in July. He's been with them for the last 35 years. So they haven't gone to states in 35 years without him.
Yeah, they've been there with him every year. He's been a great coach. I did a story on him a couple months ago, kind of a tribute to him at Ann Arbor Pioneer High School. And actually his daughter just passed away last month. She also had cancer and she was an assistant with the track team and also the girls basketball team. So it's kind of been a really hard year for these girls. And
so you can tell that they're running for them, for both of them.
Right, they said, motivated them a lot. So this was just a great story. We wanted to talk about that because, I mean, what a cause to rally around.
I know.
After losing 2 people that they were really close with, we thought it was great that they just went and got 8th in state, so that's very exciting
Congrats
for them.
to them.
Now it's time for our Athlete of the Week, and this week it is someone from Detroit King. It is Martell Pettaway. There's been a lot of talk about him this year. King hasn't lost.
I know. He's a senior running back at King. He actually transferred last year from St. Clair Shores, and he has yet to lose.
Yeah, it's funny because King hasn't lost. He hasn't lost
yeah, he's
on
undefeated.
The field with them. He's undefeated, which is crazy. They have a huge game this weekend against East English Village, so it's going to be really exciting. They have obviously so much talent. We've talked about it a lot this year. I saw them play against Cass Tech in the PSL championship, and they won, and it's going to be really interesting. So we thought he was a great Athlete of the Week this week, going into a big game this weekend.
And tune into that game Sunday morning, 9 a.m. on Fox Sports Detroit.
Yep, it'll be there along with a ton of football coverage. We're really excited about it. Now, speaking of football, we're going to head to our hot topic. The Mizzou football players announced that they went on strike this week in an effort to get the Mizzou president to resign, and he did.
Yeah, and this has been a huge thing going on at Mizzou recently. The past couple of weeks, there's a lot of things that have been going on, saying racial slurs are being made at the schools. There's a lot of racial tensions between groups, and they think the president wasn't doing anything. So finally, the football teams decided to get involved, and when they went on strike, they said they were not coming off of strike until the president resigned, and he resigned a day later.
Yeah, it was very interesting. There was a big group on campus called Concerned Student 1950, and they were on strike, and then there was also a student that was on a hunger strike. But then the football team went on strike, and that's finally what kind of pushed the president over the edge, because they said, we're not playing until this happens. So and they weren't the only, only reason why he resigned, but it was kind of, I think it kind of was the tipping point.
It was, and the coaches also came out with a statement and backed the team for doing that, for going on strike, for supporting a great cause.
Yeah, which is really interesting. So that was huge in the news this week, so we thought we would talk about it in our Hot Topics section. Now, score or fumble, and I think it's going to be a little bit of both for both of us.
Yes.
Michigan State got their first loss this weekend, and it was crazy.
Against Nebraska. It was an awesome game. Well, being a Michigan fan, it was an awesome game to watch because we like to see the Spartans go down.
Yeah, all, we're partial, but all of that aside, do you think it's a score or fumble, the call made by the officials?
Yes.
If you guys don't know what happened, there was a wide receiver on Nebraska.
Brandon Riley, he ran out of bounds in his route. He might have been pushed, he might have ran out, but
the official said he was pushed and therefore was eligible to catch the ball. It wasn't an incomplete. If he ran out by himself, it would have been called an incomplete.
Yeah.
So do you think that's a score or fumble? Do you think it should have been a touchdown? Partisans aside. When
I was watching the tape, it didn't look like he was pushed out of bounds, but they actually took it to the Big Ten to review it officially from the Big Ten to see if they needed to suspend the referees or not, and they actually ruled it that he was pushed out of bounds, which is interesting.
Yeah, I found it very interesting. I think the call was kind of a fumble. I don't think it should have been a touchdown. I think there was a little nudging going on, but his route clearly, not on purpose, he obviously didn't look down and see the line, but his route clearly was out of bounds. So being a Michigan fan aside, I think it's a fumble because that's a shame to lose a game that way. However, being a Michigan fan, we lost a game that way against State. So both teams, lost in the last minute. That's huge, and it means what do you think this means for Michigan State going forward? They need to keep getting wins.
Yeah, Michigan State needs to win. Michigan needs to continue to win. Who knows? Their playoff hopes might still be alive. They might be dead. We'll have to see how the rest of the season plays out. But
State's now number 14 and Michigan is number 15.
Hopefully,
so they both need to have yet to face Ohio State.
Yeah, they both have some big games left. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see. Interesting score fumble this week. Now it's time to head to our clip of the week, sticking with football. Football everywhere.
Yes.
It's a play from a Division III game. It was St. Thomas versus Carleton College, and it was a huge trick play.
It was a huge trick play, and it was so much fun to watch. It was exciting.
Yeah, it was crazy. You guys will see it. They just lob the ball up. And do you think that anybody would ever do that in a Division I game?
I would not have expected that. I don't know.
Everyone was saying it looked like they had been practicing that.
So why not? Add a little bit of spice to the game.
It was very interesting. I don't know if we would ever see a play like that in a Division I game, but hey, why not?
Yes. It was exciting.
It was a really cool clip. So that is our clip of the week this week, and make sure to send us your clips of the week as we're heading into playoffs. If you guys see anything, at playoffs around the state of Michigan or anywhere, let us know. And also make sure to tune in to State Champs and Extra Point. We're going to combine the two, have a ton of football playoff coverage statewide, Sunday at 9 a.m. on Fox Sports Detroit. Don't miss it.
We'll see you guys there.